and welcome to my major digital artifact for BCM302, Le temps de la K-pop en France. The purpose of my digital artifact is to allow K-pop fandoms to know the weather forecast in France each week and the possible emotions or moods they may have. I hope the K-pop songs I select will help K-pop fans to boost positivity, provide relaxation, and comfort. I would also like to break down the language barrier between Korean and French people in appreciating K-pop songs. I can speak both French and English. The French quotes I created would help French K-pop fans to understand the messages delivered by the K-pop songs. I correlated weather with mood. Weather is the temporary conditions of the atmosphere. It moves and changes from hour to hour or day to day, just like our mood. The weather influences how we feel and the way we look at the world. The K-pop genre in France has become a global phenomenon and mainstream in Europe. K-pop fans have increased streaming of K-pop songs on Spotify every day, but I seldom see Korean songs interpreted in French on social media. My work to curate the theme of the songs in bilingual French and English would help increase the K-pop fan base in France, Europe, and probably in the whole world. Here are my experiences and observations about K-pop phenomenon. I am a K-pop fan. When I knew more about the meaning behind K-pop song lyrics, I feel connected with the K-pop songwriters and artists. On social media, you can easily find K-pop songs translated from Korean to English and not French. I went to France in 2018. I would never forget the smell of the fragrance of flowers, bread, and coffee when I walked down the lanes in Lyon. You would also find strong smells of cigarettes and the ocean smell brought by the warm breeze across your face. K-pop fans also like to know about K-pop trends, hearing K-pop gossip and cheesy news about their idols. Collection of songs that are related to these trends and gossip would invite more K-pop fans to visit my social media. I use Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram as social media to spread the messages behind K-pop songs to French people and international fans. On Twitter, I translate and create quotes of songs in bilingual French and English and use hashtags to increase engagement with K-pop fans. On Spotify, I curated different K-pop playlists based on different moods and the weather in France to invite fans to listen to my playlists. On YouTube, I post my podcast to invite K-pop fans to listen to my playlist on Spotify. Based on the weather forecast in the next 7 days and weather mood, I introduced K-pop fans to listen to my playlist to help them relax, reduce stress, or just to cheer them up, or let them go with the flow of their mood when listening to K-pop songs. On Instagram, I curated quotes in bilingual French and English, and I used hashtags to increase engagement with fans. I will constantly check the weather forecast in France, not only that I could update the K-pop fans about the weather conditions, but also introduce my weather mood playlist to K-pop fans. My target audience are K-pop fandoms in France who are still in secondary school or at university aged between 15 to 24. I have extended my audience to international K-pop fans by increasing engagement with them. My digital artifact is relevant to K-pop fans because by understanding K-pop songs in bilingual French and English, fans can appreciate the meaning of the songs delivered by K-pop songwriters and artists. I hope to help increase support for the K-pop idols and extend the life of K-pop music. Based on the feedback received from my project pitch, project beta, peer reviews, and 2 curated seminars, here are my changes and iterations. I changed my podcast on Spotify to podcasts on YouTube to make it easier to operate. I added more songs on the playlist I curated on Spotify. Now, there are over 20 plus albums with 200 plus K-pop songs on my playlist on Spotify. I produced beautiful album covers to attract K-pop fans. All those album cover photos are from my own photo albums. Songs are divided into different playlists to relate weather with mood. You can clearly see the correlation between weather and mood. Based on the public feedback I received, I also enriched my playlist by adding new albums relating to city smell, like the coffee and bread playlist, the cigarette smoke playlist, and I also created new albums to relate to K-pop trends and gossip, like the new BTS meal and the 2021 new debut group's songs. In the recent albums I've curated, I also put the description in French instead of English to appeal to more French people and international. For better engagement with K-pop fans in France and Europe, I created a new Instagram platform and changed the bio descriptions to include more information for all social media accounts. I also uploaded my self-curated French quotes and created new story highlights to lead my target audience to my Twitter, YouTube, and Spotify. I also used hashtags to expand my Instagram audience and get more reach by K-pop fans. Here you can see the bio description changes for both my Twitter and YouTube pages. Since the project pitch and project beta, I'm continuously seeing engagement from YouTube and Twitter. Since by posting on my new Instagram platform and using relevant hashtags like France, K-pop, I was able to reach wider range of audience. The development process of my DA is guided by the FIST principle. The first principle is fast. Podcasts on Spotify were easy to consume by audience. Playlists on Spotify were easy and fast to make. The tweets were a fast way to spread news, and photos for making album covers and thumbnails on YouTube were also fast and easy to grab for my photo albums. My DA is inexpensive because the social media platforms YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Spotify are free to use. It may just take only 2 to 3 hours to edit each podcast for YouTube, and it is costless to make playlists on Spotify with no budget required. It is simple because the quotes for Twitter and YouTube were simple to make and understand. The quotes of K-pop songs in bilingual French and English were simple to make and easy to put on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and Twitter, which are generally used for convenient content creation. The fourth principle is tiny. My podcasts were uploaded to YouTube weekly and updated with the changing of the weather mood. Playlists were created one by one, tweets were posted by the time each podcast was released, and the small bits of content for K-pop trends, gossip, and events were created when things happened. Thank you.